So, one of the most important ways kids are learning about letters in the very beginning is through their name. So, one of the name learning activities in the Jan Richardson's Next Steps to Guided Reading book is the name puzzle. And you would start out with a name puzzle where you're cutting bigger chunks. So, this is my niece's name, Liberty. And we've just cut that up on the little syllables there. Eventually, I would cut the individual letters apart and scramble those for her to put together. So the puzzle gets more intricate over time. And a little quick tip on how to change the name. So you may not be in an intervention setting. You may be in a setting where you have lots of kids, three or four, five, even in your guided reading group. So how could you have um, different names here? Maybe you do one name of one child in the group, or you could possibly even do two names, have two names going at the same time, and share the mouse and let kids fix up their name. To make these name tiles, all I did was I insert a text box. Actually, I think I'll do it as a shape. Insert shape, and then I just put that down here. And then in real big text, so if the child's name is John, I'll make that nice and big. You might want to put it in bold. You could, if you had two children's names going here, and you were going to have one child sort their name and then the second child sort their name, you could decide maybe you wanted to color code this so that they could tell which name, which letters belong to which name. So I'll just do that just for the fun of it. You can only share the mouse with one student at a time on Zoom, so you wouldn't be able to do it at the same time. But okay, so here's John, and now I just want to cut this up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my snipping tool again, and I'm going to just select part of this. So I'm going to just cut this in half because we're doing that kind of name puzzle. So I've got this, and then I will snip again and cut that second part. There it is. Oops. And if you ever have little issues like that, just double click and then you can cut that little piece off. So there's my John puzzle. Now I've got a Liberty puzzle and I've got a John puzzle, and I can get rid of this original. You can also lay things kind of on the side for Google Docs. So you could put these over on the side and then just pull them out when you needed them. Another thing you could do with these names is you could just do the whiteboard function. So down here where we have the whiteboard, you could just, if you, instead of making those individual letter names, you could pull the letters of the child's name. So let's do John. I'm going to copy the J onto the whiteboard. And then the lowercase o, I'm going to hit the control key and hit O, H, N. And I am just picking up those letters, copy them, paste them onto this whiteboard, and then I can mix these up and have John make his name J. O. I usually have kids name the letters as they're making them too. H. N spells John. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. And you could do that making and breaking 2 or 3 times. The nice thing again about this is when you're finished with this activity, you're just going to delete your whiteboard and your letter boxes stay intact. So this version of the name puzzle, I think I would just use this slide for when my students are first learning how to organize their name and they need the bigger chunk type puzzles. That's it. Letter name puzzles.